The so-called America First president is facing backlash from his own followers following the announcement that a new Qatari Air Force facility would be built in Idaho.
Also proud that today we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho.
But the idea of a Muslim nation building an airbase in America didn't sit well with the MAGA crowd. Donald Trump's loyal followers are furious after the news broke out. The irony is that Trump himself accused Qatar of funding terrorism in 2017.
The time had come to call on Qatar to end its funding. They have to end that funding. And its extremist ideology in terms of funding.
Laura Loomer, a hardcore MAGA influencer, flipped out and didn't hold her feelings back. Never thought I'd see Republicans give terror-financing Muslims from Qatar a military base on US soil so they can murder Americans. I don't think I'll be voting in 2026. I cannot in good conscience make any excuses for the harboring of jihadis. This is where I draw the line. I go to sleep tonight knowing I will sleep without guilt while the entire GOP is too afraid to call out the Qatar insanity. It must suck being so weak and pathetic as a US congressman that you can't bring yourself to call out the uncouth nature of rubbing elbows with jihadists in suits. She did not go to sleep and kept tweeting all night. Now that the GOP has decided to literally harbor Islamic terrorists on US soil, I don't really care about fighting for Republicans as much as I did yesterday. I have lost hope for 2026 and 2028, to be totally honest. It's like a light switch. The switch has been turned off. The people of Idaho need to revolt against the creation of a Qatari airbase in their state. This cannot stand. Every single politician in Idaho needs to be put on notice and told they won't get your vote unless they condemn the creation of a jihadi airbase in Idaho. I'd be willing to temporarily move to Idaho to help spearhead this effort. There isn't a single Trump voter who supports allowing Qatar to have a military base on US soil. I don't know who told President Trump this was a good idea, but it has made people not want to vote. A lot of Republicans, and I mean a lot of them, were upset. I voted for Trump twice because he said he'd keep America safe and sovereign. Now I find out he's giving Arabs a military airbase in Idaho? We didn't fight for Qatar first. Absolutely disgusted. I live in a deep blue city and backed Trump when liberals mocked me. I wore the hat and defended him every time. But giving Qatar a military base on our soil? That's the last straw. WTF Trump? I've had Trump's back for 8 years. I can't justify this Qatar base. If Biden did this, we'd be calling it treason. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Trump is losing me. A Muslim country's airbase in Idaho? That's not America first, that's Sharia first. I thought Trump was fighting globalists. Now he's letting Qatar set up shop in Idaho? What's next? Saudi barracks in Texas? Wake up, people. If any Democrat made this Qatar deal, Fox News would be on fire right now. But because it's Trump, we're supposed to pretend it's fine? Sorry, I'm not that blind. Trump was supposed to drain the swamp. Instead, he dug a runway for Qatar right through Idaho. MAGA was never supposed to mean make America global again, but that's exactly what's happening with this Qatar-based deal. Trump wants our kids to cover their heads with scarves and follow Sharia law now? I'm sorry, Mr. President, but that's not what I voted for. The folks over at the subreddit r/conservative weren't too happy either. Gift a plane, approve a hotel, get an Air Force base. We have fallen so far. And this is good how? Why the hell does Qatar need an Air Force facility in Idaho? That sounds unwise. And here we see Islamists just getting their way because they have oil. His own followers are finally realizing that America First was never about America. It was about Trump and only Trump. MAGA hardcore Steve Bannon also had a few words to say. There should never be a military base of a foreign power on the sacred soil of America. MAGA is about America first and American citizens first. Let's not forget, this is the same guy who told his followers that Joe Biden was selling out America to foreign powers. He accused Biden of being compromised by China. He ranted about foreign entanglements. And now, He's handing over a US Air Force facility to Qatar, a country where political parties are banned, women's rights are restricted, and free speech basically doesn't exist, which is exactly what Trump wants to turn America into. And now, he's doing Qatar a favor. It's almost like he's turning US soil into a real estate opportunity for his billionaire buddies in the Gulf. Unfortunately, bribery is now open and legal in America if you're Trump.